Hello everyone, welcome back to Mulesoft Real-Time project. Before going to start the session number 9, just recap of the last session. So what we have learned. Okay. So the first thing is we have learned how to create environments. The environments are something like dev, QA, and production. Okay. Next, how to create a Azure repository or repo. Okay. And what are the branching strategies? Okay, branching strategies which we are following in a real-time industry. So the branching strategies are mainly we are going to follow like this: main, develop, and feature. On the below, we are going to create user story branches. So always we are going to push our code into user story branch. From user story to it will come to Azure repo. So here we are going to raise a pull request. As soon as if your reviewer is going to approve your pull request, the code is going to merge into feature branch. Okay. Guys, please go on mute. Next, git commands. It's very, very important. Okay. So this is what we have discussed. So in order to clone your project, git clone project URL -v branch name. Okay. Next, suppose in order to push your code. So the major commands, okay, which we are going to use. First, we are going to see git status. Next, git add. Next, git commit, and comments we are going to keep here. Next, git push, new origin. Branch name. Okay, these are the major things. Next, we have seen yesterday Cloud Hub deployment as a manual process. Okay, this is what we have discussed in the last class. The major key points. Next, today's agenda is what is CI/CD? Okay, what is CI/CD? How to implement CI/CD for Mule project. Next one is, once this is done, okay, once it is completed, so we'll pick up another user story. Okay, we'll pick up another user story like scheduler spot. Okay, scheduler spot. Okay, here, so up to as of now, so what we have done, we have completed up to this part. Okay, up to this part we have completed. Now, without doing manual process, we are going to deploy our code into Cloud Hub. There are many CI/CD tools like by using Jenkins also we can do. Okay, Jenkins. Okay, anyway, I have created a different playlist in our YouTube channel. One is for Jenkins. So how we are going to use Jenkins. If you want, you can go through that. But here we are going to use Azure pipelines. Okay, Azure pipelines. Now, so why do we need to do this one? See, in olden days, we used to deploy our application into the manual process only. By deploying this manual process, so what is the issue? So every time, suppose, whenever I'm going to make any changes here, whenever I'm going to make, suppose if I have added one variable or else I have modified something here. So what I need to do, I need to take, okay, I need to take this jar file, okay, this jar file always, okay, if I go to here, you can able to see, so in System Explorer, okay, the jar file will get generate. Why it is not displaying here? At least I need to run for one time, might be, that is the reason. What happened? It got stuck. Okay, every time we need to take a jar file and we need to go to runtime manager. To go to runtime manager. In runtime manager, okay, I'll show you. Okay, it is cool. See what you need to do every time. You need to come here and you need to change the jar file whenever you are going to deploy your latest project into Cloud Hub. Okay. So if it is a dev, then you can able to do it. If it is different regions like QA or production, you don't have access to deploy. So that time you need to connect with separate support team. So they are going to deploy. Okay. So there is some latency. It's like it will take some time to get it deploy, and every time you have to go here and you have to do that. So instead of doing that one, okay. So what organizations were decide? So there is a DevOps team. Okay, see, there are some organizations. Okay, there is a separate team for deployment process. There is a DevOps team. Okay, DevOps. So these people are going to take care of the deployment process. Up to this part, they are going to take care in your real time. Okay. So what you will do, you will develop something and you will test it in your local and you are going to push your code here and you are going to merge it. That's it. After this, these people are going to, I mean, DevOps people are going to take care about the creating the pipelines and deployment process. But there are some organizations, these people are going to help us. Okay. So they will give you some pipelines. Okay. Some set of scripts or something like that they are going to give us. We are going to add it in our projects. That is up to organization. But here we are going to learn how to create the pipelines also. It's like DevOps work also you are doing. This guy work also you are only doing. Observe here. So if you learn deployment process, it is a value add for your resume. Okay. Then in your interviews, you can tell like, okay, see, I know end-to-end process like design, development, and deployment process by using CI/CD. Either you can use Jenkins or Azure pipelines or some etc. Okay. Now, so that is the benefits of learning this process. Okay. Learning this one. Now, today we are going to see this part. So how this is going to work and what are the required configurations we need to add. What are the required configurations we need to add in your project. Now coming to see without CI/CD, what we are doing here, there is a Mulesoft developer. He is going to make some changes in AnyPoint Studio. He will log in into Runtime Manager and he is going to deploy it to Cloud Hub. Okay. In this Cloud Hub, automatically it is going to take care. Okay. It is going to deploy into internet. So DNS is nothing but domain naming system. So it will give you one URL, right? Okay. HTTP or HTTPS ViTech, something like this. So you may seen this one. See this public endpoint, it is going to create if you do manual deployment. Okay. Now, what are the benefits? See, this one I have to do every time. Okay. This one I have to do even if you modify one line of code also, I have to go with runtime manager and I have to do that. So I don't want to do that. Okay. I don't want to do that way. So that's where so what is CI/CD? So anyway, I have created separate playlist for this also. Okay, if you go to our YouTube channel, it's like end to end. If you go to playlist, here, so here you can see there are two playlists. One is for CI/CD setup with Jenkins using GitHub, and another one is CI/CD setup with Azure DevOps. Okay, in detail I have explained here how it is going to work. Okay, if you are very much interested to learn CI/CD also, you can go through this. Okay, fine. Now, CI/CD stands for continuous integration and continuous deployment or continuous delivery. So it is a process where the code changes are regularly merged into your shared repository and it's automatically, see here, it's an automatically deployed into staging environments or production environments. Okay, any environments, automatically it is going to deploy. That is what CI/CD. Okay. Here with the use of Azure pipeline.yml, we are going to configure the deployment process. Okay, how to configure and how to deploy that we will see. Okay, but just try to understand what is CI/CD process. CI/CD stands for continuous integration and continuous deployment. So without manual intervention, it is going to deploy. So that's what you have to remember. So while deploying, okay, while deploying into Cloud Hub, no need to do manual process. You have to set up Azure pipeline. Azure pipeline is automatically going to get it deployed. Okay. Now, how it's going to work? Just observe here. So here, you are going to edit the code. You are going to push the code into repo. Okay. Up to this part, you are going to do. That's it. Next, once you create a pipeline, okay, see here. Once you create, first I will take this example. First, you will edit the code and you will edit the YAML file. You are going to push the code into repo. Then you are going to create the Azure pipeline. This pipeline is going to deploy into target environments. Either if it is a dev, if it is going to deploy into dev, if it is a QA, then QA. Prod means production. Okay. So here, continuous integration. So it is going to build the task and test the task, and it is going to create the artifacts internally, and it is going to deploy. Okay, continuous deployment. So up to this part, we are going to work. This is an automated process. So rest will be automated process. How to automate this one? That is what we are going to see today. Yes, if you observe this diagram, as a developer, I'm going to develop an application and deploy. I need to deploy into Cloud Hub. But here, I'm going to push my code into Azure DevOps. That's it. So once it is done, Azure Pipelines is going to take care about the deployment process. Okay, I have explained in detail with the playlist. If you want in detail, you can go through that playlist. Now, what are the configurations it is required? Now you have understand what is CI/CD. Now we are going to see how to implement CI/CD for Mule project. What are the files I need to change? Okay, what are the files I need to change here? Just observe. See in your real time, okay, there might be some old projects, or what you need to do, you need to connect with your DevOps person. Okay, but here we do have a documentation. Okay, see here, Cloud Hub deployment using MAVEN. Okay, there is a documentation. Just observe here. See, if you see here, there is one plugin. Okay, there is one plugin here. So what this is going to tell us? Okay, so just you need to add this configuration. See, there is a configuration, Cloud Hub deployment. So where we are going to deploy normally, we are going to deploy into AnyPoint, Mulesoft.com. Okay, the Mule version, username and password, application name, environment, region, workers and worker type. Okay, these are the properties. Okay, let me show you. See, while deploying, we do have a runtime version, correct? Replica count. So how many replicas? I mean, how many instances you want to deploy your application? Okay. Suppose if you are keeping as a one, there is a heavy load. Okay. There might be delay for your response, or sometimes it may get crash. Guys, please go on mute. So that is the reason we are going to use replica count here. Next, what is the replica size? See how much memory it is required. Either it is a 1.2 GB memory or 2 GB, 2.6 GB, something like this, right? Okay. So this all the configurations we are going to keep in our POM.XML. It's a Cloud Hub, correct? So it's very simple. Just what you need to do, just you need to add this one. That's it in a POM.XML. So in the POM.XML, let me add this. First change POM.XML, POM.XML need to add below configurations. So where you can get, you can go to Mulesoft documentation now. If it is in your real time, you can go to your previous projects or your old projects, how the process they are following. Okay. Suppose you can consider, I'll go to my previous project. So how I have implemented, I'll take from there. Okay. I'll give you this URL also. So here, if you observe POM.XML, okay. So this is the plugin. Okay, this is the plugin we want to add. Okay, let me take this. Let me copy this. And you can compare with this one if you want. So is there any differences? See, AnyPoint username. See, wherever you can see dollar, so that values we are going to take it from external files. It's like external configuration. Okay. There will be .yml file, or while deploying, okay, while deploying your application, you can set the variables. So that is what. See, somewhere I have hard coded. See, micro and true and those kind of things. Okay, that you can use it. Okay, both are same only. Fine. Now, what I will do, let's go to our project. Okay, this is not ADO project. Let me delete this one. So the very first step, what you need to do, you can go to Azure repository. So where is your code? In which branch it is there? Okay. So always we need to take from user story branch. Just clone here, copy this, go to your project location where you want to keep your project, workspace, Mulesoft real-time project. Okay, I'm going to delete this one. Just observe here, it's a empty folder. Just give right click, open git bash. There is one more method also that I will tell you later how to clone this. By using AnyPoint Studio itself, we can clone, but try to learn this process now. Git clone. Okay, what happened? Okay. So while copy paste, make sure there should not be any special symbols. Okay. Git clone. What is the branch? -b. We do have an user story branch, right? See here, just you can copy it here. Okay, copy clipboard. Just give right click. Okay, Control C, Control V won't work. Okay, you have to give right click and you have to paste. Just observe. Cloning into this part. Okay, the project is cloned into this location. Now, what you can do, just you can close this one. Now we can go to this location and you can see. See, now it is a Now it is cloned. What is the time? 8:12. Okay. Now just simply see, this is a one-time process. Cloning is one time. Go to your AnyPoint Studio, import, click AnyPoint Studio here. Okay, AnyPoint Studio project from file system. Remove this copy project into workspace because we do have different project in the workspace location. If you have single project, then you can keep this one. Otherwise, you will get some errors. Okay. Now, inside this workspace one, so not workspace one. Inside this workspace, we do have Mulesoft Realtime Banking project. This is our project. Okay, good. See, you can see it is linked with user story Sprint-1 with the ADO, Azure repository. So wherever you can see, okay, it is already synced with Azure repository. Now, so your project is working fine. I mean, whatever the use cases as of now which we have developed, okay, that is working fine in your local. Now, in order to deploy, I mean, in order to do automated process, what are the changes it is required? The first one is POM.XML. First one is POM.XML here. First one is POM.XML. So there is a plugin. See here, there is a plugin. We do have a configuration before this. Okay, before this, so if you want to verify from your previous project or somewhere, just you can verify that. See, there is a plugin. So inside this plugin, okay, inside this plugin, there's a configuration. Okay, so this part we need to add. Okay, configuration and deployment process. Configuration, this is the shared one. Okay, because we have added the snowflake. Now, in order to do this Cloud Hub deployment, copy this Cloud Hub deployment. Okay. Shared library classifier. Okay. Either you can copy paste after this configuration, or you can add after this classifier. Anything will work. Okay. So after this, I'm going to add. So this is very important. Okay, this configuration you can find it from your previous projects, or you can identify from the Mulesoft documentation. Okay. Now, so what is our environment name? Dev. Okay, but we have given as the, see, these values we can pass it if you want. You can pass it via configuration file. I mean, .yml file. We have created one file here, right? Where is this source main resources? So here you can everything you can copy. Okay, my config.dev you can mention if you want, or else you can hardcode. So as of now, there are few I'm going to take it from. Okay, there are few I'm going to take it from configurations or pipelines. See, project artifact ID. See, what is the project artifact ID? So artifact ID is here itself. So the same value it will take. Okay, so this value it will take. So just to go through this one. Okay, next, the environment, it is dev.
Yeah, bro.
Worker
Configuration
type
end path
is
is
one.
not mentioned. Bro, configuration end path is there now, bro. Yeah, you can add one more
Why?
slash.
Why do we need? I have
So,
already added. Here it is there
okay, okay,
inside
bro.
this configuration only.
Okay, bro.
Okay, just add this Cloud Hub deployment, YAML. Next one. So after completion of this one, what you need to do? You need to add Azure pipeline.yaml. So one is POM.XML. Let me write it here. One is POM.XML. Next, Azure pipeline.yml file. So now you know what to change in the POM.XML. Okay. So let me observe. Is there anything do we need to change? Number 8 lines. Okay. Okay, rest will be the same. Next, in the project level, see, not folder level. Okay, in the project level, you need to create Azure pipeline.yml. If you go to this one, see Azure pipelines.yml. See, this is a script. Normally, this is the script. Normally, the DevOps people are going to generate. Okay, how to generate this one? Okay, first I will show you. Later, I will copy paste this one. Okay, anyway, first I will copy this one. Just copy Azure pipelines.yml. Click on the project. You right click the file here. Azure pipeline .yml. So okay, I did copy paste, but anyway, as of now, I didn't push this code into Azure repo, right? Okay, I'll show you how to generate this this type of code. Okay, see, it's very simple, but in your real time, you can just copy paste. You can just copy paste this Azure pipeline.yml, and you can change the required configurations if you want, with the username and password and those kind of things. Okay. Okay, fine. How to generate this Azure pipeline? Go to okay, go to ADO board. Okay, here you can see pipelines. So there is one option. There is one option called pipelines here. Okay, now you know how to use boards, how to use repos. Now we are going to discuss about pipelines. So click on this pipeline. So here there is one option called create pipeline. Okay. So while creating pipeline, just select this one, Azure repo git. So here you have to select your project name, customer account creation API. See, if it is an existing Azure pipeline, that means you have already, okay, if you have added your pipeline configurations here, you can go with existing, or else you can choose starter pipeline here. See, as soon as if I click starter pipeline, you can see, right, trigger is main. Okay, from main branch it is going to trigger always. What is a pool? Okay, in which virtual environment it is going to run? Okay, the backend, I mean In the cloud, it is going to create some virtual environments. So there we are going to use Linux or Ubuntu or Windows, something like this. Okay. See, these are the steps and this is the script. So if we compare this one, see, trigger. So here we have changed feature branch. Okay. So VM image, these variables, steps, and these kind of things you can generate here. Okay. See, just click on show assistance here. If you type MAVEN, see, if you type MAVEN, if you type MAVEN, and if you click add, right, see the MAVEN dependency, see how it is generated. Did I write any line of codes here? Did I write something? No, I didn't add manually. So everything it will be automated. Okay. It's like the suggestions it will come. See, there are many things. So whatever it is required for us, then we are going to use that. That's it. So there is a task input POM.XML, true, JDK version. Okay. So these kind of things. So while creating the pipelines, see the same way with the DevOps team also going to create here. So now we are learning the DevOps guy work. So moreover, okay. See here, these kind of things which we have added. Okay. So now again, if we click Maven, provide credentials. Okay, this is different. Click on Maven. So instead of packages, so the goals, suppose if you give test, these are the options. Again, you can generate something. Okay. See, now the goal is test instead of packages. So like this, we do have options over here while creating the pipelines. So just I'm telling how to create the pipeline. Okay. So how the scripts are generated. Okay. That's what I have told you. But in your real time, you no need to do this kind of things. Okay. Anyway, if it is an existing project, if it is a very new project, then you have to do this. So almost we are going to work with the existing projects. Then you can take it from your previous applications. Go to ADO or GitHub. Okay. Something like this. Okay. Just you can take this, or else you can contact with your DevOps person. Okay. Now this is done. Okay. Let me cancel this. So this is like one-time configuration. Okay, this is like one-time configuration you have to set up. Okay, just click on this repos. Now in the POM.XML, just we have added, as of now, we didn't push that code and we have created the Azure pipeline.yaml. Okay, so here, what are the required configurations? I mean, what are the changes it is required? See, the artifacts feeds, we are using different one. Okay, now go to your ADO, click on Azure repos. See, what is your organization name? So this organization name you have to keep. Okay, only this change. Okay, now it is going to deploy into this project ViTech Mulesoft. Okay, so the options in the POM.XML, it will take the AnyPoint username and password. Okay, AnyPoint username and AnyPoint password here while creating the pipeline. Okay, that I will show you. Now, the changes are done. Okay, you have modified POM.XML and you have created Azure pipeline.yaml. Now, what you need to do? We need to push your code. Okay, how to push? Go to your repo, go to your project folder. Where is your project? Just give right click, show more options, open git bash. Now type git status. So you will get to know how many files are modified or newly added. See here, one is modified, one is newly added. Okay, untracked changes and tracked changes. Okay. Now suppose I want to add only one file. So what you can do? You can add only one file now. See git add instead of dot. Okay, instead of dot, if you give only the specified file name, okay, that file only will get added. If I give status, just observe, see, this one is not yet added. So that is the reason. So always, okay, we are going to give git add dot so that it will automatically add all the files into origin. Okay, it's like a local server. Now from local server, just commit message. Okay, git commit -m, git commit -m. CI/CD changes are what you can do. Okay, I will keep it as CI/CD changes or Azure pipeline changes. That is up to you. Okay, now git push -u from origin. Okay, paste it. Okay, now the code is pushed into user story branch. Just go here. See, you can able to see now. See, just now and just now. Just now and just now. Okay, these are the two files which we have modified. So in order to track, go to history and you can observe. See whatever it is there, plus plus, that's what newly added files. The lines also. Okay, see here. So if you observe this one, so earlier nothing was there. Now we have added newly this one. Okay, something will be like this. You can track the changes. Now what we need to do? I need to raise a pull request, create pull request from user story to future release one. Okay, future release one, CI/CD changes. So now, so who is logged in via laptop? Can someone tell me? I'll give you as a reviewer so that you can approve my PR. Did anyone log in via laptop? Okay, no problem. I'll give you. Hello.
I logged in.
Okay, you have logged in. Okay. Let me see whether you are the user or not. First of all. So, okay, what is your Microsoft account? I mean, Outlook email. Can you ping me here? Just ping me in the chat. Okay, so what I'm doing, suppose he's my reviewer. Okay, I have modified some changes. I'm going to create a pull request. Just observe now. See, he has to review. Can you share your screen? I'll stop my screen share. Okay. Now go to Outlook. Go to Outlook. Type outlook.com. Outlook login, yes. So click on first one. No, not this one. Okay, it is going for a mail, right? Okay, fine. Yeah, wait. So I'm going to explain, see, in the real time, so how it is going to happen. So that's what I'm telling here. See, as soon as if I have given reviewer name, okay, see, the automated mail will get generated. Okay. Click on view pull request. Just click this one. Okay, wait. Just a second. No, don't approve. Just a second. Wait. Go to file. See, he's going to review. Okay, what are the files he has added? Okay, go to files so that you will get to know. Okay, there are two files he has modified. He's going to review. Okay, come down. Review in the sense just he will verify. Okay, come down. Is there any mistakes? Okay, or something if you want to add, he's going to comment by using this option. He's going to comment. Okay, now everything looks good. Cool. Now click on this approve. Click on overview here. Now you will get to know. Click on overview. See, now it is approved, man. It's already approved. Yes, it is showing it is approved. Now what you can do, go to complete. Click on this complete. Okay. So we are going to do merge. Now complete merge. Yes. Click on this complete. Okay, you can stop your screen share. Okay, see, I didn't do anything. So Leelakant Iswar is my approver. He is going to approve my request. Okay. And he has completed the merge request also. See, has merged. So the merge is done. Now, if you go to future branch, future release 1, right? See, here you can see the changes which we have pushed into user story branch. Now, how to create a pipeline? Okay. It's very important. Just observe. Go to pipelines, create pipeline, click on Azure Repo Git. Okay. So here you need to select your project. We do have only one project. Just select this one. Click on existing Azure pipeline. Okay. Click on existing, not new pipeline. Okay. So if you go with new pipeline, you have to generate everything. Okay. You have to generate everything like this. So here we do have the script. You know how to generate this one. Okay. The sample which I have explained. Now select your branch, feature branch. So what is the file? See, Azure pipeline.yml. Okay. Just select this one. Click on continue. See, just observe here. The branch name, it is wrong. Okay. There is one underscore should be there. So is there any modifications what you can do? You can modify here if you want. Then very important thing. So in the options, we are going to provide AnyPoint user and AnyPoint password, right? Okay. See here. So this AnyPoint username and password, we have to pass here. Okay. Click on variables, new variable. Just add this AnyPoint user. Okay. So what is AnyPoint user? It is cool. Okay. Let's user override this value when running this pipeline. Okay, fine. Or you can keep this. Okay. AnyPoint user. Weight is cool underscore 10. One variable is 10. Now I want to create one more variable. Click on this plus. So here I'm going to pass my username and password. See AnyPoint PWD. It's like password. I need to pass here. Again, guys, this is one-time setup. Value. See what this Azure pipeline will do. So whenever you are going to merge your code into this branch, automatically it will get run. Automatically it will get run and it will take the properties, required properties from variables, and it is going to correlate with POM.XML and it is going to get it deployed. Now save and run. Okay, just see there are two variables we are passing here, password and username. So normally client ID and secret ID will pass. Okay. Now save and run. Okay. Setup with Azure pipeline. Fine. Okay. Now we are getting this error. Okay. The pipeline is a not valid job. Setup MAVEN authenticate. Import MAVEN connections. Reference. Okay. Authorization resources. So you just refer this one. Okay. Yeah, there is one change, I think, here. The first time we are doing, right? Okay. Project settings. MAVEN authentication input, MAVEN service connection refers to service connection could not be found. Okay, the service connections. Okay, cool. You have to create one service connection here. Okay, one service connection. We have to provide. So what is the service connection name? So that I will see in my previous projects. 7023. Settings, service connection. See, Mulesoft Enterprise. Okay. MAVEN, usage history, default approvals and checks. See here. So the very first time what you need to do, you need to set up this one. Okay, let me copy paste somewhere. Control A, Control C. So that you can also add this. I'll give you this in a video description as well as your classroom notes. What is a repository? Mule. Okay, you can give any one, any name. Okay, that's fine. So here you can set up any username and password. Okay. So this is very important. Mulesoft. See, before going to implement CI/CD, so the MAVEN, okay, the required softwares, right? Okay. All the required softwares has to be installed in your local system. Okay, that is one thing. Next. It is called Mulesoft. Go to your project. Click on project settings. Go to service connections. Select MAVEN here. Username and password. Repository. Repository ID. Mulesoft. Okay, Mule repository. Okay, you can give your any username and password. Okay, you can set your username and password. Service connection name. Grant permission to all. Okay. And access permission to all pipelines. Okay, fine. Okay, click on yes. Okay, click on yes. It's very simple. So what you need to do? Just you need to set up. Okay. See, there are some plugins. Okay. There are some required plugins from this website. Okay, I'll give you this website. Okay, see here. So if I go to this website, so it is going to ask your username and password, whether you are able to access the dependencies. Okay, that is the reason. It's like MAVEN build tool dependencies. Okay, it is not displaying. Okay, no worries. Okay, you can add this one. Try to add this one. Okay, that's it. Okay, anyway, we have added. Now go to pipelines. See here, you can see it's failed. So if it is red mark means okay, it is failed. How to rerun this? So there is an option. there is one option called run pipeline. Again, feature release 1. The resources. Think resources we didn't add. Okay. So you can trigger manually also here. Okay. We'll see. See now, there is one error. Okay. After service configurations, you have to submit one parallelism request. This is very important. So whenever you are going to get this error, open this URL. Okay. So the very first time you have to submit, because we are using free trial account, right? Okay. Free trial account. So here you need to submit. So what's your name? What's your email ID? It is cool 21334 @ outlook.com. So enter your organization name here. Okay. So what is your organization? So here you can able to identify. Okay. Just copy this part up to this part, guys. See dev.azure.com is fine. Then after that, ViTech-Mulesoft.com. Next. Are you requesting parallelism increase for public or private projects? Okay, this is for private. Okay, keep it as private. So just you need to provide your username, your email address. See, it will take you to give the access for 2 to 3 business days. Okay, 2 to 3 business days. But normally what will happen, within 1 day you will get the access. So once you get the access, save. Okay, save my response. Okay, that's fine. So as soon as if you submit the request, okay, see here the build is failing. So you will get an email automatically. So whenever your build is failed or success, okay, it will get failed. So here I can show you parallelism free tier. Okay. See, you'll get an email like this. See, once your request is completed, okay, once your request is completed, you'll get an email like this. Please note that your request was completed. Something will be like this. Then after that, what you can do, just you can, if you run this pipeline, automatically it is going to get it deployed. So what I will do now, so I do have access for different organization. Okay, let me delete this. Just observe here. Do you have any applications is deployed? No, we don't have any applications over here. See, now I'll go to different organization. See, for this organization, so what are the steps it is required? Okay, first I'll write it here. First one, you need to change the file name POM.XML, then Azure pipeline, then from the settings, service configurations, settings, service configurations you need to add. Next one is submit parallelism. Okay, submit parallelism request by using this URL. submit the parallelism request. So once it is completed, you will get an email like this. Okay, we have received your request to increase the parallelism in Azure DevOps. Okay, so you can use the current organization like this. See, I have an access for it is code 21334. Let me check. We do have that organization or not? Yes. So from here I can create the pipelines and I can deploy. Okay. So anyway, we have submitted the parallelism request. Anyway, I'll show you one more time how I'm going to do here. Just simply go to repos. So how to do this? Create a new repository. Git repository name. So what is the repository name? So the same process which we have followed yesterday. So that same thing we have to do it here. See again, this is different organization. Okay. So there I don't have access. So that is the reason I am doing it here. Okay. Create a branching strategy. Let me quickly create. Okay. Develop from main branch. Okay. From again, one more branch it is required. That is called future. Release one branch. Okay. Next, one more branch. It is required for user story SP1. Okay. User story SP1. Something like this I'm going to create here. See, just observe. So this is an empty branch. Okay. This one is empty repo. Copy this one. Go to your project. Okay. Simply I will create one more folder here like test. Okay. So in order to clone, git clone. Sorry. Git clone. Click on this clone. But in your case, don't do this one. Like, okay, you have only one organization. So once the parallelism request is approved, then we are going to run our pipeline. Okay. So that we will do. Test git clone, paste, -b, user story, SP1. Okay, it is cloned. So we do have a project. Okay. So what I will do, I'll copy these files, go to test, go to inside this and replace. Now, show more options, git bash, git status, git add, okay, I'll keep it as test project. Okay, test project for CI/CD. See, don't get confused. So why I am doing again means, okay, we don't have access for the current organization. So that is the reason I took different organization which we do have an access. Okay. Anyway, we are going to do that one in a next project. Next session, we are going to go with the current organization. If you observe here, if I go to refresh, see now we have updated, create pull request to future. So here you can provide your reviewers. So here I am the reviewer. Okay. I am going to approve my request and I am going to merge this one. Now, how to create pipeline? Go to pipelines, click on new pipeline, click on Azure repo. So here you need to select your project. ViTech bank customer account creation. Click on existing one. Click on the branch, future branch, Azure pipeline.yaml. Click on continue. So here, if the trigger, okay, if your branch name is not correct, you can modify that one. Okay. So here you need to provide your organization name. With the artifacts. Now we need to set new variables over here. AnyPoint user, AnyPoint password. So AnyPoint password. Let's override this value. Okay. So what happened? Only one variable we do have. Okay. Now password is there and user is there. Okay, fine. Now click on save and run. See, if you go to AnyPoint platform, observe guys, okay, we are not doing as a manual process. See how the pipeline is going to run. See, because this is one-time setup. See, automatically it is triggering. Okay, it is running in a background. Is there any failures? It will stop. So this symbol, okay, this symbol means okay, it is running. Okay. So this is called pipeline, Azure pipelines. Meanwhile, you can verify here also. Okay, still not yet. Okay. So once the job is completed, Okay, once the job is complete, and if you go to deploy phase, right? Okay, see, once it go to deploy, so that time it is going to start your deployment. Oh, it is a dev. Okay, see, I didn't do anything, so automatically, so the application name came here. Okay, it is deploying. It is deploying now. See, going forward, what we will do, suppose if you modify something, in your flow, okay, just you will push your code into Azure repo, and you will send it for approval. As soon as if the approver is review and approve is done, automatically this pipeline will get triggered automatically. So only first time you need to run the pipeline, okay, manually. So the next time onwards, no need to do that. So it is deploying. It will take some time. Okay, it will take some time to get it deployed. Okay, we'll see. Okay, meanwhile, okay, what you can do, you have to submit your parallelism request. So that is your task. Okay, watch this video, and at the end you have to submit parallelism request. Anyway, in the next class again I'll show you. I mean, there is one pipeline, it is failed, right? One pipeline, it is failed with our organization. Okay, so what's our organization? ViTech Mulesoft, not 21334. So if you go to here, there is a pipeline. See, it is failed because we don't have access for our organization. It will take some time to get the access. Okay, see, it is deploying still. Deploying artifact. Okay, creating application, starting application, checking if application is has started or not. Okay, so here you can see the logs. So where are we? Okay, there's a system log. So worker type. See, it is started. Okay, it is started now. Okay, so now it is going to get it complete. So still you can assume, so the deployment is in progress. Okay, by seeing this one, you'll get to know whether the deployment is done or not. Okay, or else you can go to your application and you can verify here. This one is inside logs. See, your application is started. Your application has started successfully. So now we can use this application. Okay, schedulers, settings. Okay, if you go to setting, there is a app URL. Okay, just click on this one. Just click on this one. So you'll get a 502 bad gateway, no problem. So just remove HTTPS. Okay, just keep it as HTTP. See, so that no listener for endpoint, you'll get to know. So what you need to do, you can go to I can go to Thunder client or Postman. Just change the URL. See, yesterday we have done a manual process. So now we have completed via Azure pipelines by using CI/CD process. Okay, just copy paste this URL. Now what I will do, just I'll create one account for whom I need to create. Okay, simply I'll give John. Okay, HDFC. Bangalore. The body. Okay, let's simply submit this one. What will happen, we'll see. See, account number is already exist. Please try with different bank or account number. Okay. Either you can change the bank or you can change the account number. Okay, fine. Cool. I'm going to change my account number here. Click on send. Status account number created successfully. So here, if I go to email, so you may get automated email. Then I want to verify the same record is present in our database. Yes. See now, jar is available now. Next one, suppose you want to see in the logs. Okay, so in the logs also you can see what is the request it came, what is the input parameter. See, the input is 7865 something. Okay, the bank name, before sending, email sent successfully, account created successfully. So here I can track. Suppose if anyone has requested my URL or anyone triggered my API, we can able to track in the logs. And there is one last thing which we are going to do now. Okay, so in the dashboard. Okay, fine. Okay, let me switch it here. Okay, now the application is started. The date is modified as 9/7, right? Okay, simply I'll remove few lines. Okay, I'll remove few lines here itself directly. Okay, in the user story branch, 21334, correct? Okay, user story branch. I'll go to source main Mule. So account created successfully. Okay, it's already exist. Just observe, please try with different. So instead of this one, what I will do, welcome to ViTech Talks. So you can assume there is a requirement. You need to add some message. Okay, you need to add some message. Then what you will do, you can directly go to AnyPoint Studio and you will modify and you will push the code, right? Okay, instead of doing, okay, I am modifying the code in a repo directly. Okay, welcome to ViTech Talks. So this line I have added newly. So see here, updated display message. Updated display message. User story, Sprint-1 to future. So here you can give your reviewer. Okay, here I'm the reviewer. I'm going to create it and I'm going to approve. See, I'm not going to do anything. Just I'll approve and I will complete the merge. If you go to pipeline, see, if you go to pipelines, see, automatically it is running. So how it is running? Because we have made a changes like, okay, so whenever there are new changes into feature branch, you can run this one. See, we didn't run any. Okay, very first time we have set up Azure pipeline and we ran that one. But now if you observe this one, see, automatically it is running from last 35 seconds. See, no need to do anything, wait for some time and you can test your application. So this will also will get changed. Even your response, what is the response now? See, account already exists, right? Okay, this is what there. Okay, what we have modified as the new keywords. Let's wait for few seconds. Okay, let's wait for few seconds and we'll see. So this is okay, this is what continuous integration and continuous deployment process. See, you no need to do anything, just you can change your code and push the code into repo. That's it. That's what you need to do. So automatically the code is going to deploy. See, if you observe here, it is updating. So earlier it was a green color, right? Okay, green color. Now it is updating. That means the latest changes, the latest code, it is updating here. The latest code, it is updating here. You can check the logs or you can check the pipeline. If you click this pipeline, see, already exist, redeploying. If you see this one, already exist, redeploying. It is redeploying. So once it is redeployed, what I will do? Simply, I'll test my application. That's it. See, still, we do have previous changes only. We do have previous changes only. It will take few seconds to get it deploy now. And tomorrow's class, we are going to talk about different requirement. Okay. See, still this requirement is not yet completed. So let's go here. What is the requirement? Okay, upon successful execution, okay, we need to send an email. Okay, that is done. Okay, security policies is pending. Okay. Next, see the security kind of things. Okay, we are going to implement at the end of the project for all the user stories. We are going to implement at the same time, and we need to store this file into Azure or GCP, Google Cloud Platform, right? Okay, or Azure account. Okay, for this you need an Azure account. Okay, these kind of things we are going to see it in a later. Okay, these two things we are going to keep in a backlog. So what is backlog? Backlog is nothing but it's like a pending items. Okay, pending items. Now we do have 2 working days as remaining for this sprint. Okay, within 2 days we have to complete this process. Even though there is some dependency because we need a Azure account. So that is the reason we are not doing this one. That is the reason we are not doing this. Okay, that we can see later. So this is how, okay, one task, I mean one user story apart from security, we have implemented end-to-end. So still we need to generate M units. There is something it is pending. Okay, that we will see later. See, we are doing from a scratch, so that is the reason it is taking some time. It's like Azure pipeline configurations or creating the accounts and those kind of things. So the next task onwards, we can complete, okay, easily. Now, okay, it is deployed. Still it is deploying, okay. Fine, if you go to dashboard or settings, here I can see, or else go to logs. See, your application has started successfully. So that means in the background it is running, but even though we can test this one. Okay, let me quickly send this. See how this came. So we have modified something, but we didn't do any manual process to get it deployed. So automatically the Azure pipelines are going to take care about whenever you have modified the changes into your project. Welcome to ViTech Talks. Account number is already exist. Please try with different bank or account number. So this way we can do. Yes, that's it for today. We'll see you in the tomorrow's class.